Hi, my name is Sorel and I am a photographer, videographer, and YouTuber. Filmmaker in there a little bit, experimenter of life, seeker of adventures. That's a long title. Personally, my entire life, I've kind of struggled to box myself into a specific niche, into a specific person. I feel like I'm always trying to do that, always trying to put a label on myself. The more I grow up, the more that I realize that this is not actually really possible. I have so many different interests. I am a walking contradiction. I love luxury, but I love being a bumpkin. I love adventures, but I love staying at home. I love business, but I love creativity. There's literally nothing that I can say about myself that is true. All of it seems to be true. I am everything. I almost feel like I've created this for myself, all of this weird concoction of life, whatever this is. Like, I'm so confused by my masterpiece of life that I'm creating right now. But I wanted to show you something because this kind of blew my mind, to be completely honest. Wow, watch this. This is from 2014. It's a vision board. And I created this not really having any of this in place. This was absolutely not part of my structure at the time. When I created this luxurious, feminine, womanly board, I was the biggest tomboy. I was a dude. And now I've become this. And I think this is part of the confusion because I haven't given in to fully understanding that I am these things now, and I keep battling with myself being like, but you're a tomboy, but you don't like fashion, but actually you like looking good. There's so many contradictions. Then there is a second part that I drew approximately 4 years ago. Here is a camera, here is film, here is a microphone, and here are people in front of me. Now, I don't know if you know anything about me, but this is basically true. I have a camera, I take photos, I make movies. Microphone, I want to be able to have my voice heard, I guess, and this was part of that. It also is underlying that I want to, I think, and I'm still trying to explore this, I've always wanted to be a singer, so I wonder what part of that this microphone represents, if it's me speaking to a large audience of YouTube. But to break down my vision board, I guess. So on the outside, I never felt as feminine or delicate or womanly as I've wanted to. I've always battled with this, and this is constantly a topic that I talk about still. I don't know why it gets to me so bad. I always just wanted to be like those sexy women that you see in magazines and in old Hollywood movies, the ones that captivate you just by looking at them for a second. Dita Von Teese is one of those as well. With my photography, I'm absolutely 100% putting the feminine, bold elements into it, so I'm grateful that it's coming through there, and I'm working on that now to come through in my life, which is just insane. Attitude, I've always had attitude. Oh, okay. I have bulletproof here, I have gun shells, and I have boxing gloves. Now, this probably wouldn't have made sense up until about 6 weeks ago when I started doing Krav Maga. I didn't know this was gonna come in the form of self-defense. I love punching. Like, I can't tell you how much I love punching. It's a bit too much how much I love punching. I love punching. And I love the idea of securing my body and keeping it safe, because it is the most important thing we have, because if we don't have a body, we're dead. Just so you know. So I've been practicing Krav Maga like a crazy person to, I guess, make myself a little bit bulletproof. And I think another layer of bulletproof has come from being on the internet and learning how to dodge the bullets that people throw at you, I guess, because people are really nasty, and I've stopped actually giving zero, like completely. I have no fucks left. And it feels really good. Because you read the comments and at first you cry over it and it really hurts. And the more you grow, the more bullshit you get coming your way, and it really sucks. It makes you confront the things that you're dealing with in your own personal life. Like if someone comes to me, for example, and they say, hey, you're so black, I'll be like, what? Or you're such a woman. And I'm like, what? like, yes, I am a woman. No, I'm not black. What, are you blind? Like, what are you talking about? But I have a few soft points still, and I'm working through them. And by people prodding them more, I've had to address those things. So it's almost like making me bulletproof and comfortable with myself and who I am. So I love this element of my vision board, and it absolutely feels like it's come true. Set the trends. This is so crazy. I find it fascinating when I can set a trend and make it do things and have a life of its own. And I think that's kind of also what I've done with the advanced selfie. It's ridiculous, but it's awesome. It's helping a lot of people feel comfortable with themselves in front of the camera, off camera. Yeah, I created the advanced selfie, which is starting to take the world by storm and getting noticed by brands. Like, I'm a Giorgio Armani advanced selfie model. Thank you very much. Vogue cover, here I come. It's coming, I'm telling you. Then I've got travel, which I don't think I've done any of that recently. Psych, just kidding. I've done so much travel. Live to 100. Always knew that I was gonna live to 100, and I'm now 100. No, but my boyfriend also just got into biohacking very heavily, and he's got his podcast that's just launched, which I'm very proud of. His aim is to live to like 150 or something. We are super healthy. We try to really find strategies that help us feel great. So health is a massive priority for me and for him as well. So it's great that we have a partnership like that. Dining and a relationship. Oh, I have my sweet pea boyfriend. the car and the motorbike I don't have yet, but I know it's coming because I've always wanted a mini, and my boyfriend's always had minis as well. So we're gonna have cars eventually when there's a time for it, and motorbikes, I'm looking at getting a motorbike again because I haven't ridden my motorbikes for a long time, but that's coming. But then let's talk about luxury. Guys, when I made this vision board, I was so far from being luxurious. Luxury was not part of my vocabulary. Like, I laughed at people when it came to luxury travel experiences. I thought they were just posh and stuck up and weird. But I created this vision board in 2014, and apparently I did want it. I think there's a part of me that's always wanted to experience life to the fullest, and that's part of it. And funny enough, in 2017, I won the best job on the planet, which was to travel to 12 luxurious homes all around the world. Luxurious homes, do you see what I'm saying? I'm in, like, there are luxurious homes. And that blew my mind because I wasn't a luxury girl. I'm just a normal girl, and I appreciate all spectrums. Like, I can chill in a hostel still, no problem, and venture that way. It's not a problem. But I wanted to experience luxury, and still Sorrel from the block. Oh, and that's funny, you know, because we didn't grow up with money. And I think that's kind of why it's been so hard for me to even digest it and make it part of myself and my identity, that I love luxury and that I can do and photograph and I can look luxurious. Able and game. Yeah, I'm able and game. Jumping onto YouTube, putting yourself out there like this, sharing your thoughts, your feelings, everything is definitely game. You have to be. And then precious little sex. At the time, my business was Pinup Passion, which was about pinup girls, vintage 1950s glamour, hair, makeup, fashion, how-tos on that topic, which is funny because I didn't know anything about it. Accidentally landed in that sphere, which subsequently has helped me to become the things that I am today, which is the weird posing, beautiful, high fashion-y, glamorous posing in like a forest, which doesn't make sense. They contradict, but that's why it works. At the time, I was toying around with the idea of opening a shop with like sex toys because I love feminine energy and I wanted to embrace that more. I mean, there's aspects of that in my life, but I guess that's the only part of the board that's like, You know, we could take it another way and be like, is your sex life good? Well, yes, I'm working on that. It's pretty fucking great. We practice every day. People mostly always overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. And this is my 5 years. This is what it looks like. It came true. So many elements of it came true. I encourage you guys to create a vision board. I encourage you to actually physically create one because I've done some electronic ones. It's not the same. It's not like you're creating the feeling of actually having it. And that's, I think, one of the biggest differences is if it's gonna work, you have to have it. You have to feel like it's happening, and by doing the physical act of cutting it out, sticking it on, you're putting the energy into it, and it helps you manifest things. So thank you for sitting through all this. It's been an amazing ride to go through and show you the creation of my dream life. Very, 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 very grateful for it. Here's my Instagram and Twitter if you would like to see more. And until next time, guys, peace.